Hello and welcome to the Geek Primer. Listen to the following conversation. No, it's What's happened? Who's hurt? Dude, chill. Did you hear that dog screaming? No. Oh, it's stopped now. Anyway, the Tarzan call has to start from your stomach. No. What are you doing? Stop! You're embarrassing yourself. I like Tarzan too.
We all like Tarzan. What's not to like?
But how much do you really like Tarzan? What do you mean? Are you just a cheater come lately because now there's a new movie with Sam Jackson? Sam Jackson is playing Tarzan?
Oh my god, that would be so awesome. I am sick to death of these apes in this jungle.
Okay, if you're such a Tarzan fan, name 2 actors who have played Tarzan. Johnny Weissmuller? Well, that's one. And, come on. The guy in the TV series, what was his name?
You mean
No coaching. Oh, didn't Brendan Fraser play Tarzan?
That was George of the Jungle.
See, you can't even name Elmo Lincoln. You're not a true Tarzan fan. I've read some of the books.
There are books?
Yeah, by the guy who wrote John Carter.
He's talking about comic books, right?
Do you even know who the most portrayed fictional character in movies is?
Batman!
Well, I do know, and it's not Batman. So don't come all smarty just because you've read a book. A book? In the next few minutes, you'll learn not only how to understand this conversation, but how to participate in it. The conversation is about Tarzan.
We all like Tarzan. What's not to like?
Tarzan was created in 1912 by Edgar Rice Burroughs for the story Tarzan of the Apes. Tarzan is the son of a British lord and lady who are marooned on the Atlantic coast of Africa. When his parents die, he is adopted by an ape tribe, the Mangani. Burroughs wrote 24 Tarzan novels, which, whilst hugely popular, were not critical favorites. Jungle Book author Rudyard Kipling felt Burroughs had written Tarzan so he could find out how bad a book he could write and get away with it.
Wow!
Despite this, the series has been adapted for stage, radio, television, anime, video games, newspaper comic strips, comic books, and of course, movies. The IMDb lists 200 movies with Tarzan in the title. The first, in 1918, was a faithful adaptation of Tarzan of the Apes, featuring Elmo Lincoln as the great loinclothed one. The first sound Tarzan film was 1929's Tarzan the Tiger, a silent film partially dubbed for release. The film featured Frank Merrill in his second outing as Tarzan, and his last, as his voice was deemed unsuitable for the part. The most popular series of Tarzan films began in 1932 and starred Johnny Weissmuller in 12 films over 16 years for MGM and later RKO. The films also featured Maureen O'Sullivan as Jane for the first 6 films, and Johnny Sheffield as their adopted son Boy in 8 films. In contrast to the articulate nobleman of the novels, Weissmuller's Tarzan had a limited vocabulary. Me, franchise, character. Weissmuller's retirement from the role in 1948 couldn't stop the Jungle Man, and Tarzan continued, played by Lex Barker, Gordon Scott, Danny Miller, Jock Mahoney, Mike Henry, and Ron Ely, who starred in 2 feature versions of television episodes. After this heyday, only a few Tarzan films have been made, including the Bo Derek one, the one where Andy McDowell is dubbed by Glenn Close, and the one with songs by Phil Collins. Now listen again.
But how much do you really like Tarzan?
What do you mean?
Are you just a cheater come lately because now there's a new movie with Sam Jackson?
Are you beginning to understand the conversation? The last live-action Tarzan film was 1998's Tarzan and the Lost City. But in 2003, Charlie's Angels author John August was paid to write a modern-day live-action big-budget Tarzan feature for Warner Brothers. In 2006, Warner Brothers announced development of a new Tarzan film to be directed by Hellboy's Guillermo del Toro. By 2008, this had changed to be Van Helsing director Stephen Sommers, and was due to be a Pirates of the Caribbean-style romantic adventure film. Savvy? By June 2012, possible directors included Hunger Games' Gary Ross and Nanny McPhee's Susanna White, before finally settling on Harry Potter's David Yates in November 2012. And they were ready to go. Until April 2013, when Warner Brothers shut the film down due to its high budget. In February 2014, the film was greenlit once again, and pre-production began. Possible Tarzans included Henry Cavill and Tom Hardy, before settling on Zoolander's Alexander Skarsgård. Possible Janes were Emma's Watson and Stone, before Margot Robbie was confirmed in January 2014. Samuel L. Jackson then added Tarzan to the list of franchises he has appeared in, after Jack Ryan, Jurassic Park, Die Hard, Star Wars, Triple X, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and RoboCop. Samuel L. Jackson will, as always, be playing Samuel L. Jackson. Let's continue.
Oh, didn't Brendan Fraser play Tarzan?
That was George of the Jungle!
Jungle. George of the Jungle was an animated TV series produced by the creators of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Running for 17 episodes in 1967, the series led to a movie starring Brendan Fraser, a direct-to-video sequel, and a 2007 Flash animated series, which ran longer than the original with 2 seasons in 2007-2008, and a revival series in 2015. A remake lasting longer than the original isn't unheard of. Others include Battlestar Galactica, The Office, and The Munsters Today, which just goes to show that longer doesn't necessarily mean better. Other jungle-based characters include Korak, the son of Tarzan, who was introduced in 1914 in the original Burroughs novels and appeared in the Tarzan comic strip, his own comic books, but not in the long-running Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan films, where Tarzan's son was simply known as Boy. By the way, whereas Tarzan and Jane were married in the novels, this was never the case in the movies, making Boy illegitimate. I now look forward to the calls for banning of the movies. Boy was played by Johnny Sheffield, who went on to play another jungle character, Bomber the Jungle Boy, in 12 low-budget films between 1949 and 1955. Bomba was based on a series of 20 books published between 1926 and 1938. Meanwhile, after leaving the Tarzan films, Johnny Weissmuller continued in the jungle as Jungle Jim. In 16 low-budget films between 1948 and 1956, based on the successful newspaper comic strip and radio series. 1936 brought Kazar in 3 pulp magazines published by Martin Goodman, who went on to publish Timely Comics, where Kazar was revived in 1939 in issue 1 of Marvel Comics. Perhaps better known for the first appearances of the Submariner and the Human Torch. Timely became Atlas Comics, and Atlas became Marvel Comics, and in 1965, in X-Men issue 10, a new Kazar appeared, one that remains in the Marvel Universe. Also in 1936, another jungle character made his first appearance, the Phantom. The character has been appearing ever since in newspaper comic strips, comic books, novels, a movie serial, animated cartoons, a live-action movie, and live-action TV miniseries. The Phantom was also the jungle hero who was smart enough to get out of a loincloth. 1937 saw the first female jungle hero, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, in the British comic book Wags, and in 1938 began appearing in the US comic Jumbo Comics. In 1942, Sheena became the first female character to have her own comic book. She also starred in a 1955 TV series starring Irish McCalla, a 1984 movie starring Tanya Roberts, and a 2000 TV series starring Gina Lee Nolan. All of these jungle heroes have one thing in common. They are as white can be. Let's continue.
Do you even know who the most portrayed fictional character in movies is?
Batman!
Batman isn't the most portrayed fictional character in movies. But Tarzan is close with nearly 90 appearances according to the IMDb. That's a good number, but less than other fictional characters such as Santa Claus, Sherlock Holmes, Count Dracula, Hamlet, and Elvis Presley. Now that you've heard the meaning behind many of the words and phrases used in the conversation, are you ready to contribute? Don't worry if you're not. To help out, try using this contributing phrase.
No, it's
I think you mean...
No.
Good luck, and be sure to check back again for more conversations in the Geek Primer. If you have a geek topic you'd like to be primed on, enter it into the comments, and please feel free to subscribe.
He ordered
Goodbye.
Chet's guitar core COD, makes A and E, and he's working on B, and digs C and W and R and B, and me and the chimpanzee agree that one day soon he'll be a celebrity. Get it, get it, get it, get it out! Tarzan! He's a guitar man. He's all you can stand. Give him a hand, Tarzan!